What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Check us out. Check us out, y'all. Hey, what's up? It's May 3rd. Welcome to Basketball in the Basement. I'm your host, Big Rob, aka Slam Man 100. And got a lot of things to talk about. Been away a little bit. Didn't get those shows out like I said I would. So I'm going to try to do those shows this week. I'm just going to record about 4 or 5 or 6 shows this week talking about the subjects that I want to talk about. Some things I let roll because it's, the time period is dated a little bit, but others I'll talk about now. So we got a lot that's going on in this show today. We're going to talk about this past weekend's playoffs, those game 7s, and update you on the latest games of yesterday, 2 games, playoff games that were on second round that was between in the East and the West. All right, so let's get to it. Now, I'm gonna give you last night's score real quick. My team, Cleveland Cavaliers, they played the Atlanta Hawks, 104-93. They won. Also, too, the Thunders and the Spurs played 1-point win. Thunders, you played a great game. You went on attack mode. Y'all played OKC basketball. I thought that y'all didn't choke. I thought the first game y'all choked. Y'all just let them knock y'all up on the chin. And I thought that y'all weren't playing the game, but you were playing exactly the way the Spurs wanted you to play, which is why they killed y'all. So that's what went on last night, May 2nd. Great game. So we'll get to talking a little bit about those 2 games, the controversial, everybody, Kenny, Shaq, and Charles talking about the play. A lot of other guys were talking about the play, but I'm going to give you my feedback on it, what I thought about it. So we'll talk about that a little bit as well. Now, this past weekend, I really want to go from Friday. So, Friday took place. I got the little one. This is what you call a Riley moment. So this might be a Riley show. Riley Curry, for all those who don't know, that's Steph Curry's little daughter. And they speak when they speak, so this one might be speaking. This is my little Riley, so she might be speaking, and so don't pay no mind. Once again, we in the basement. This stuff can happen. All right, so once again, Friday, Clippers and the Trailblazers, great game. Austin Rivers, you played like I think about some of the old days, them 15-round bouts in boxing. And man, your face looked like you went through 15 rounds and you played tough. You came back. You guys really wanted to step up for the guys that went out. Sorry to Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, man, for your unfortunate injuries. Definitely was a blow to the season. And I know you guys worked hard to get there. And, sometimes that does happen. Trailblazers, on the other hand, congratulations for winning that series. The score was 106-103, so very close game. And Clippers played with everything they had, and I think Doc did a great job at adjusting the guys and getting them to play these main roles. Great team, and we'll talk a little bit more about what they should do with the team and so forth, because that always comes up when you get knocked out either first round or the second round in a few years after, in consecutive years. So we'll talk about that and whether they need to change and so forth. Also, too, the Hornets were up 3-2. And you know what? They would have probably beat the Heat 4-2. And that game Friday ended up the Heat 97 and the Hornets 90. Now, I'm going to tell you what happened. And also first, okay, let's also too, I believe Saturday or whatever, Friday, you guys know, the Thunders was the Spurs. I'm gonna tell you that was the first game with that was the Spurs was 124-92, but they was blowing them out by the first half. But I just briefly talked about that from their win from last night, how bad they were beaten, and that's fine. But when we look at the Heat and the Hornets game, you know what got y'all beat? I'm gonna tell you right now what caused you guys to lose the game. And you know that guy that sits in the front row? Yeah, you know the front row. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Let me see, what's his name? See if I can find him. Yeah, look, everybody knows the guy in the purple shirt, and he claims he was heckling Dwayne Wade, and so Dwayne Wade, you know, I'm gonna talk about that. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that now. We're gonna talk about that now before we even get into Sunday's game 7 with the Heat and the Hornets. Well, actually, you know, I'm gonna come back to that. Let me just read you the scores for Sunday. Let's get that over with. Once again, the Heat, if you don't know, 2 Game 7s was on Sunday. The Pacers and the Raptors, great game. Raptors 89-84. That could have went either way. Either way, I thought they were matched up. And you know what? Pacers, you guys can lift your head up, because I'm gonna tell you, if you guys got the pieces right there, keep those pieces, and you guys are going to be a major threat. You might switch in 1 or 2, but you're going to be a major threat. You keep the guys that you have, you're going to be that much better. You guys are going to be a team to be reckoned with next year. And the Trailblazers, game 1, they played the Warriors 118-106, which probably was, you know, what I expected. Even though without Steph Curry, they're still a team to reckon, the Warriors. And you know, the Trailblazers might have made a couple more points. They made a couple of mistakes, but that's fine, because when your first game coming in, they just got off a 7-game series, so that's definitely possible. And as you know now, the Heat 106-73. That was Game 7 Sunday. They whooped up on the Hornets, and my man Michael Jordan was up at the top watching. You know, definitely been following Jordan from way back. He got me into the sport even deeper, you know, him and Larry Bird. But I want to say that Scottie Pippen came up there to see him, man. But I always like seeing my Bulls team of the 91 era, or even before 91. I'm talking about the 91 championships, the 6 rings. Great way they won their 6 rings, man. Great way they won their 6 rings. So I'm impressed with them, and I'm always going to rock with my Bulls team of the 90s and even late 80s. Even I was with them before they you know, started winning. But when Michael Jordan came, I was an instant fan of Michael Jordan. Now let's go back to the guy in the purple shirt. Some things, what's his name? I think I got his name here. This is what's out there. Let's see what his name is. Michael Deason. So, Mike, man, you might have cost the Hornets actually a chance to beat the Heat at home. They had the game, they had the momentum, and you messed it up. Now, there's a lot of guys that talk trash, that's good. And it's one thing talking trash, but when you single out, I'm going to tell you, and he does it to Durant too, I guess they said. You know, some of the things he said, stop crying. Durant, you're the 3rd best dude in the league. And he says, let me see what else he says. So that's what he says so far. That might change or whatever. Dwayne Wade, he told him he should retire. He's too old or whatever, something like that. Well, you know, You may be trying to help your team, but I'm going to tell you one thing. When you mess with an all-star, a superstar Dwayne Wade he's doesn't get the props. I haven't we haven't talked about the props he doesn't get in the NBA. And I think people need to look at his stats, because Dwayne Wade is up there as one of the top basketball players of all time. When you watch the things that he's done and has did for his team, and has 3 rings. Let's not forget about that. 3 championship rings, and so forth. So don't want to forget that. But what you did is you woke up a sleeping giant. If you look at the pictures with Dwayne Wade, I'm going to tell you, and I can personally know that you can be playing against someone and they can have a better team and everything, and they can be winning, and you know what? That person says something to you that turns on, I don't know, it does something to you that turns on this engine. And when they turn on this engine, it causes some chain reaction to happen. And what happened is he actually made Dwayne Wade go back 10 years as far as the plan. And his focus intensified. And so now shots that he would normally probably not take or make, he was feeling so good, he started making them shots. And Friday's score tells you that was the case. And so rule number 1, man, be smart. You can say a couple things during the regular season a little bit to the players, but not the playoffs. No. Playoffs is a whole nother series, and Dwayne Wade ain't the one to do it. You understand what I'm saying? Don't mess with Dwayne Wade. You sit down, I don't care how old or you think he is and how washed up you think he is. What I see is a well-improved Dwayne Wade is utilizing his skill, as he mentioned. And I see that. And I was going to talk about that as well. The older guys being smarter and able to preserve and get points. Because you can, it's a game. You got 4 other guys. So there's a lot of things that you can do as a player and being effective. And that's why he's definitely a superstar in my eyes and star player. You definitely can't take that away from him. So that's why y'all lost. Michael, man, I'm sorry, man. You got to talk to that dude. That's all I got to say. You got to talk to him. You cannot let him come through there and causing y'all loss, because, frankly, the Heat were a better team. It's just that you guys played better, stronger matchups at the time, but you guys woke the Heat up. And maybe that's what the Heat needed. But I thought the Heat has a great team as well. They got a lot of pieces, a lot of parts. Bench is deep. So they're going to be a team to reckon in the NBA playoffs. So congratulations once again to Trailblazers and Miami Heat and the Raptors for winning their games as well. Game 7 for the Clippers and the Blazers, and the Heat and the Hornets. But Hornets, man, like I said, I was rooting for y'all. I thought y'all were a sleeper team. Everybody, you guys got a lot of pieces there too, man. You guys are going to be real tough. You're also another one that, you might need a piece or two, but you're in the right direction. You're in the right direction. Kemba Mays, you're nice, man. And I said that too. Underrated as a guard as well. Great player. And Jeremy Lin, the Asian one, not Lamb. Lamb is going to come out too. But Jeremy, I already knew in New York what you could do. And I'm glad that you picked a team or came onto a team. I think that was a great pick to grab you from the Lakers to get you, because I thought that you just needed a team that you could, not have no bars to do. And you and Kimbo, y'all play real good together. That was a great move. I think y'all should keep what you have there. So great playing and matchups, y'all. Great game. So that's what it is. Now, the second part we're going to talk about, as I've been trying to get to, is Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. Why are they so good? I'm going to give you my theory. Welcome back to Basketball in the Basement. I'm your host, Big Rob, a.k.a. Slam Man 100. You can also check us out at basketballinthebasement.net, and you can Twitter me at SlamMan100. Yes, we talked about the highlights. If you haven't heard the beginning of the show, you can always go back later and hear the beginning of the show. Second half part of the show, we're going to first talk about a few things, but we're going to stick with the Golden State Warriors on this one. And once again, I'm going to the last part we're going to talk about is why Steph Curry and Klay Thompson shoot the ball so well, especially three-pointers. As they say on TNT, and Shaq and all them say, Steph shoots it Steffortless, right? So without any effort, for those who don't understand that Ebonics slang. All right. So first of all, we're going to talk about the Golden State Warriors. You know, they broke my great team, Michael Jordan, the 95-96 season. And we can clearly see that that was the case with their record. They made it 73-9, beating the great Chicago's Bull record, 72-10 record. And I didn't think nobody was going to break it either. But when I saw them playing the first month, I knew that they were going to win a lot of games. And I hadn't seen all the teams give it a little time after the break and so forth. People start playing, you had a little slump. But I'm really not surprised. They are a great team, and I said it last year. And this year, the 2015 season, 2016 season, they're even a better team than what they were, almost 2 times better. You know, because it's almost like they have their way that they're going to play, and they're going to play it. They're going to play it and execute excellent. They have, they are the 3-point specialists, and why they're great for the NBA is one of the questions I was saying is because it makes every other player go out and practice. It makes every other player push to become a unit as a team. And so the Warriors are that team that has taken it, or so to speak, the Spurs passed it on to them, and they've taken it and they've, you know, perfected it from a 3-point standpoint. And so the reason why they're so deadly is they play a free, you know, they have a flow. They have a flow to their play. And their flow is fluent and precise, scientifically. It's evident that all the players respect one another. They love playing with one another. As Iguodala said and I mentioned earlier, he's not lying. They all love playing together. They don't seem to have a whole bunch of egos running around. Of course, you're gonna get egos as you get older. That's just part of the sport and the industry that they're in. It's gonna flourish as you start to get older, and then you start to go a little bit humbler about it, because you start to recognize your mortality. You start to recognize that there's more to what's going on. So, with that being said, that's why they're such a great team, and congratulations for that win 2015, 2016. I don't see no other team beating that, and the only ones that's going to beat it if they want to, or who has a chance, is the Golden State Warriors. They're the only ones I feel at this point that could break that record next year or whatever. I think they have to do it in the next year or so, or after that it's not going to happen, I don't think. But definitely great team that plays hard. So like I said again, congratulations to the Golden State Warriors for that. Now, talking about some of the team members Mean Yo Greens. That's what I'm talking about. Tremont Green, Mean Yo Greens. It was a so basically you got to give him his props basically because he was well underrated, but he's the voice of that team. He seems to be the leader, vocal leader, and speaks very well. Able to handle himself, the media, and so forth, and saying what he needs to say. As I say, you can be on my team any day, Mean Joe Green. Mean Yo Green. Tremont Green. Anyway, still, as you look at that team, it seems like on each level, each player actually is a leader for their position. They communicate well. They understand and believe in the system well. They are smart players. And so I give them a lot of credit for the way they play the game. So once again, Golden State Warriors to me is the team to beat. And they have proven it. They have the best record. And I don't want to say this, but I'm going to have to say this because, but I like the team. I like the way they play. I like, their style of play. But, Chicago Bulls won the championship that year. I don't want to say it. I want to jinx my boys, the Cavs. And, I'm not trying to really, it's not in my mind, Cavs, so don't even, LeBron, you ain't got to worry about nothing. I got something for y'all too. So I'll be speaking on you guys as well. So, but I'm just talking, if we're talking basketball, we keep it real here, 100. We say what we want to say in the basement, and we try to be correct. We're not trying to be political or any of those things, but or slander or tear down any player, because I don't think that I can throw a stone at someone when I got issues myself, so I ain't gonna throw no stones at you personally. So it's not my job anyway. All right, so that's what we see. Now the second part, everybody wants to know why Steph Curry and Klay Thompson shoot so well. Why do they shoot so well? Well, you already know. We're going to take first Klay Thompson, an MVP man, Steph Curry after. Klay Thompson comes from, once again, a very, very talented sports or athletic family. Michael Thompson played in the NBA, was good, and so forth. And matter of fact, even now, he had two brothers that played in the NBA or plays in the NBA. And then he has a younger brother that plays for the Chicago White Sox. So the other one, I don't have their names before me right now. I will get y'all names. I think it's Michael, Clay, and Tracy. I believe it is. Tracy is the one that plays for Chicago White Sox. So I believe that is their names. But they also, I think Michael played with the Cleveland Cavaliers and so forth. I believe he did. So great talented team. But why does Klay Thompson and Steph Curry shoot so well? Well, it is because of combination. Of course, his father plays basketball, but I had to look this up after the All-Star game to see, was my theory true? And the theory is that Klay Thompson shoots well because of his mother. I know y'all sitting here saying, what? Yes, Miss Julia Thompson played for the University of San Francisco, played a Division I level. As a matter of fact, she attended I believe, Ridgefield High School in Washington, where she was a track and volleyball star. She then went on to the University of Portland before transferring to the University of San Francisco and dominated as a star setter. So she's already top, but the volleyball part is what I'm focusing in on. If you watch volleyball, there's a way you got to hit the ball. It's angles, and it's you have to be precise. So that hand-eye coordination is in effect. And so that's where they get their great shooting from their mothers. Now, let's go on and move on to Steph Curry, Mr. MVP, and his mom. Now, we already know Dale Curry was good three-point shooter, great basketball player as well. Look like my cousin Cal. I got the picture to prove it. They look just alike right now. But I'll put that up on one of these shows where you can see it. That's in honor of the MVP and Dale Curry, the producer. But his mom, who is Sonia Curry, she also was a volleyball player as well as a basketball player. She attended the Redford High School in Radford, Virginia, where she played basketball and volleyball, winning state championships in both sports. She then chose Virginia Tech to play volleyball, where she was a 3-letter winner and led the Hockey to a 69-70 record over her 4-year career. In her junior year, she led the Hockey 23-14, and she tallied 57 aces, the 6th most in season in Virginia Tech history, and was named the All-Metro team. Sonia earned a degree in elementary education and a minor in family studies. And I'm only putting that out there to show you, once again, she was a volleyball player, great volleyball player, and once again, hand-eye coordination, wrist movement. So through those two combinations of basketball players for fathers and volleyball players for mom, and in this case, Steph Curry's mom played basketball as well. Athletic family, and I believe Steph Curry's brother also played in the NBA, we know as well in there, I believe Steph Curry. So once again, props to the moms, Sonia and Julie, for giving that added mixture of making their kids, Steph and Clay, being great three-point shooters, shooting it effortlessly. So that's what we have here, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. And once again, goes out to the moms, and I'm going to name the show Sonia Curry as well as Julia Thompson, who moms never usually get the props, but you guys going to get the props this week for your great participation as being taking the lead in raising the kids while pops are out there doing their sports, basketball, and you know that they got to be dedicated, and also the kids as well, all the children that can't always spend time with dad, but he's out there playing and entertaining others in their jobs. So once again, that is why they are the great basketball players, great three-point shooters, and better than everybody else for the majority. So now, if we have in 9 months a whole bunch of volleyball player women getting pregnant by basketball players, it's because of me, what I just said. So tune in next time to Basketball in the Basement. I'm your host, Big Rob, aka Slamman100. Check us out, basketball in the basement.net, and or on Slamman on my Twitter, Slamman100. All right. Good night, y'all.
Tune in every week to Basketball in the Basement for the realest basketball talk on the planet. www.basketballinthebasement.com